In a cozy little town, Mathilde Loisel lived with dreams bigger than her surroundings. Her beauty was admired by all, yet she felt a deep longing for more: fancy gowns, glittering jewels, and grand balls. Despite her husband's love and their simple life, Mathilde's heart ached for luxury. She often wondered why she couldn't live like the women she admired, feeling distant from her dreams each day. This yearning set the stage for the story that would change her life forever, as she continued to compare her quiet existence to the dazzling lives of others. Mathilde's envy grew as she remembered beautiful women at parties, adorned in velvet dresses and sparkling diamonds. She questioned her fate, wondering why she couldn't live in luxury. Her heart ached with each comparison, feeling more distant from her dreams. Daydreams of grand ballrooms filled her mind, but reality brought her back to her modest home. Mathilde's longing became a constant companion, fueling her sadness and making her feel invisible in her ordinary life. Monsieur Loisel tried to comfort Mathilde, reminding her of their love and the happiness they shared. He believed they had everything they needed, but Mathilde's desire for more persisted. She smiled at him, but inside, she felt a growing emptiness. Her longing for beauty and luxury overshadowed the simple joys of their life together. This tension between love and desire set the stage for the events to come, as Mathilde continued to chase a dream she felt was out of reach. One day, Monsieur Loisel came home with a letter, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Mathilde's heart skipped a beat as she opened it. It was an invitation to a grand ball at the Ministry of Public Instruction. Her face lit up with joy, believing this was her chance to finally shine. The excitement was quickly replaced by worry, as Mathilde fretted about what she would wear. The invitation brought hope, but also anxiety, as she feared not measuring up to the other guests. Mathilde's excitement about the ball was quickly overshadowed by self-doubt. She worried about her plain dress, feeling embarrassed and anxious. The thought of standing out for the wrong reasons made her desperate for something special. She turned to her husband, pleading for a beautiful dress that would make her shine. Monsieur Loisel promised to help, offering money for a new dress. Mathilde's joy was mixed with anxiety, as she realized a dress alone wouldn't be enough. She needed jewelry to feel complete. Mathilde's excitement grew as she imagined herself at the ball, but her anxiety persisted. She insisted she needed a sparkly necklace to truly shine. Her husband, though surprised, agreed to help her find something beautiful. Mathilde's desire for admiration and beauty drove her to seek more than just a dress. She wanted to be the center of attention, to finally satisfy the longing that never let her rest. The search for the perfect necklace became her new obsession. Mathilde visited Madame Forestier, feeling shy but hopeful. She explained her situation, asking to borrow something sparkly and beautiful for the ball. Madame Forestier was surprised, but smiled warmly, offering Mathilde a sparkling diamond necklace from her drawer. Mathilde's heart raced with excitement, grateful for her friend's generosity. She believed the necklace would make her look just like a queen, finally allowing her to live her dream for one night. Mathilde hurried home, dressed in her new gown, and carefully placed the sparkling necklace around her neck. When she looked in the mirror, she could hardly believe how beautiful she looked. Her lifelong dreams felt within reach, and she was overcome by disbelief, joy, and pride. For once, Mathilde felt she truly belonged in the world she admired. The anticipation of the ball filled her with excitement, ready to step into her dream. At night, Mathilde and Monsieur Loisel arrived at the grand ball. Mathilde felt as if she were floating, surrounded by shimmering chandeliers and plush floors. Everyone turned to look at her, admiring her beauty. She danced with important guests, basking in compliments and attention. Even the minister asked her to dance. Mathilde couldn't stop smiling, believing this was the moment she had always wanted. She finally felt she belonged, her dreams coming true. As the evening continued, Mathilde reveled in the glow of compliments and admiration. The memory of the ball fluttered inside her like nervous butterflies, filling her with bittersweet hope. She and Monsieur Loisel walked home, unable to find a cab, but the wonders of the night lingered. Mathilde eagerly anticipated one last glimpse of herself as the woman she had always longed to be, not wanting the magical moment to fade. At home, Mathilde was still glowing from the evening, dreaming about the ball. But when she reached for the necklace, her heart slammed in her chest. A wave of pure panic washed over her. The necklace was gone. Mathilde cried out in fear, and Monsieur Loisel rushed to her side. They searched everywhere, but the necklace was nowhere to be found. The most important thing she had worn that night was lost, and panic took over. Mathilde was in shock, fear and guilt sweeping over her. She whispered, asking what they should do, her hands trembling and voice shaking. The necklace had meant everything to her, and now it was gone. Monsieur Loisel tried to stay calm, promising they would replace it. The next day, they visited every jeweler, hoping someone had found the necklace, but it was gone. They had no choice but to replace it, setting off a chain of events that would change their lives. To replace the necklace, Mathilde and Monsieur Loisel borrowed money from friends and family, selling everything of value. They worked tirelessly for years to repay their debt. Mathilde's beauty faded as she worked every day, scrubbing floors and cleaning dishes. She no longer wore jewels or attended grand balls, just worked hard to repay what was owed. The sacrifices they made were immense, changing Mathilde's life forever. 10 years, Mathilde worked every day, her hands becoming rough and her face growing tired. The life of luxury she had dreamed of was replaced by hard labor and sacrifice. Mathilde's beauty faded, and she lost the joy she once felt. The debt weighed heavily on her, and the memory of the necklace haunted her. The years of hardship changed Mathilde, making her realize the cost of chasing her dreams. And years later, Mathilde ran into Madame Forestier again. Madame Forestier looked as radiant and beautiful as ever, while Mathilde looked tired and worn. Madame Forestier was shocked by Mathilde's appearance, asking what had happened. Mathilde sighed deeply, explaining she had been working hard to pay off the debt for the necklace they never found. The encounter brought back memories of the night that changed everything. Madame Forestier blinked in surprise, then smiled kindly. She revealed the truth. The necklace was made of paste and wasn't real, worth at most 500 francs. Mathilde froze, her mind racing. The necklace was fake, not even real. The shock and disbelief overwhelmed her, realizing all the years of hard work and sacrifice had been for nothing. The revelation changed everything Mathilde believed about her pursuit of happiness. Mathilde slowly walked away from Madame Forestier, her heart heavy with the truth. Grief, regret, and emptiness filled her, leaving her more lost than before. She had chased a dream for so long, and now it was gone just like the necklace. The years of sacrifice felt wasted, and Mathilde was left with nothing but sorrow. The lesson of her journey began to take shape, as she reflected on what truly mattered. Mathilde realized she had spent years chasing after something she thought would bring her happiness, an illusion of wealth and beauty. The necklace, which made her feel special, was nothing more than a cheap imitation. The pursuit of material things had cost her the best years of her life. Mathilde's story became a cautionary tale about the dangers of chasing illusions and forgetting the true treasures in life. In the end, Mathilde learned that the best treasures in life are the things money can't buy: love, friendship, and gratitude for what she has. Her journey taught her that happiness doesn't come from jewels, fancy clothes, or how others see us. It comes from within, from the love we share and the kindness we show. Mathilde's story reminds us to value the real treasures in life, found in everyday moments and in the heart. Mathilde's lesson was hard, but it is one we can all remember. True happiness doesn't come from material things or admiration from others. It comes from the inside, from the love we share, the kindness we show, and the joy we find in little things. Mathilde's story teaches us to appreciate what we have and to seek happiness in the simple moments of life. Mathilde's story shows that chasing things we think will make us happy can sometimes make us lose what we already have. The most valuable things in life often come for free: love, friendship, family, and peace of mind. These are the real treasures, the ones that cannot be bought, but are found in everyday life and in the heart. Mathilde's journey reminds us to cherish what truly matters.